Hello and welcome. I am Iron Raven back yet again with another new discussion. Did you miss me? Probably not. Who cares? Anyway, yes, this has been a long time coming. I've spoken on it a little bit in previous video that I am, of course, a Bond fan, but I've kept quiet long enough about my fuller feelings about this new film, No Time to Die. Now, of course, I'm sure you've seen plenty enough because I know everyone reports on these things because, well, that's what they do. They discuss the film industry and the politics going into a lot of this stuff. But of course, me being the Bond fan that I am, that well, I should be talking about it and I should give my take on a lot of it. So, really, where do I begin? Well, 1953 is when Casino Royale was released as a novel by writer Ian Fleming. And of course, that is when we were introduced to the character of James Bond 007, a white dude who likes to sip his martinis and who happens to be a secret agent. Okay, fast forward to nearly 60 years later, the year 2023 is when actually the 70th anniversary, but next year is the 60th anniversary as far as films go. And over the course of 25 films now, the character has remained relevant. 6 different actors have played this role over the course of that time. You go back about 10 years, 2012 with Skyfall, highly successful. That was the 50th anniversary, and that was very much, of course, a huge milestone and a big celebration film. And for all it's worth, it nailed it. It was a really, really great film. Now, I know the Craig films have been hit or miss for a lot of people. I mean, I would certainly agree with that. I would say that, of course, the odd number films, 1 and 3, Casino Royale, and Skyfall, were phenomenal. I mean, Casino Royale was the first Bond film I had seen in theaters. The only other film I'd seen prior to that was on cable, Die Another Day. Before that, I wasn't really into the franchise. I wasn't really that fully knowledgeable of it. I had the GoldenEye N64 game. I was familiar with some of the Brosnan, and I knew of Sean Connery and stuff. But that's pretty much where my knowledge ended. But not until Casino Royale came out, which of course is a really good starting point because that is the first story for James Bond and how he started off and all of that stuff, and it was a full-on reboot of the franchise. And ever since then, I've been a fan. Hell, because of that film, I learned poker. That's how big of a fan I was of that film, and to this day, I still hold that film as one of the better, if not probably the best, because, well, I mean, you get more in-depth writing, and it's just a very solid film all around. Like, I put it up there with, like, The Batman Begins and The Dark Knights sort of deal, you know what I mean? And yeah, ever since then, I've just been a huge fan. But of course, we arrive now to the 5th and final outing for Daniel Craig. And my God, we all knew that Star Wars was a big thing, and you had to work hard in order to not get a fan excited about a Star Wars film. You really had to fuck things up in order for that to be the case. But for me being a Bond fan, and for me not actually wanting to go to the theater and support a Bond film, what the fuck is that? That's how bad it is, to where they are really trying to push this whole thing of the idea that Bond himself is irrelevant and that Lashana Lynch basically needs to be making the next 007 a black female. And I can't say exactly the note they're going to end on, but I've heard about as far as like the opening scene and all this stuff, and of course what they're pushing for, and it's just holy hell. How dense do you have to be in order to think that all of a sudden, a character that's been around for 70 years, that now the one that people have known, a white British dude who sips his martinis, who's a secret agent, has been relevant, has been played by 6 different actors over the course of 25 films, is still running to this day. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to sit there and try to tell audiences that, no, we need to change that. Yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense, doesn't it? No, it does not. You do not make James Bond a black female. This just goes to show that these people have no confidence in these characters. They need them have these new drastic interpretations come in and hijack an already existing character. No one complained when Felix Leiter was black in Casino Royale when they brought in Jeffrey Wright. I mean, I know that was before me becoming the fan that I am today, so I didn't, of course, think much of it. But of course, having gone back, watched all the films, become the fan that I am, I still don't think much of that because it just seemed like a natural, organic change. It'd be like, oh, we have an actor here. He seems good for the part. Let's change it up. And guess what? It worked. Even Skyfall 2012, you could argue, oh, maybe they did that to be more diverse or whatever. But no, that actually felt like it's still a natural, organic change. It's like, okay, we have an actress here. She's good for the part. Naomie Harris, she's very likable as that character. She's gorgeous. I mean, she just played that part very well. No one batted an eye about it. Hell, people complained more that Craig was blonde more so than any of the characters being black. That's how stupid this whole thing is right now. And Craig, in his own right, say you could say that some of his films or whatever hit or miss and blah blah blah, but you can't argue the fact that Casino Royale and Skyfall are just two really solid films. And to get to this point now, to try to sit there and say that that is irrelevant makes absolutely no sense. 70 years of a character existing, no one has complained at all or said anything. Yet now we have to change that. What do you expect fans to think when you sit there and try to change a character so drastically all of a sudden after that much time? What do you think is going to happen? No one is going to like that shit. So you mean to sit there and tell me of all the double O's, because they've been alluded to before, obviously he's 007. Hell, we had 006 in GoldenEye with Alec Trevelyan, played by Sean Bean. I mean, you can't make her a 001, 2, 3, 4, 5, even another 6, 8, 9. No, okay, I guess that's not good enough. We gotta make her 007. You know why? Because that is the most synonymous title with that character. I mean, when you think of Batman, who do you think of? Bruce Wayne. Yeah, we have Robin, we have Nightwing, we have Batgirl, we have Batwoman. And we've played around with the ideas that, yeah, Batman is a symbol. He could be anyone, especially in The Dark Knight Rises. You know, that's all well and good. But who is, for the most part, always Batman? Bruce Wayne. James Bond is 007. You can't sit there and tell me that James Bond is not 007. You're just going to sit there and try to take that title away from him. That is stupid, stupid, stupid. Absolutely dumb. Did anyone complain when Judi Dench was made M in 1995 with GoldenEye? No. She said straight to his face in that movie, the first scene that they're in, "You're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur." Straight shit thrown in Bond's face. Did we complain? No, because that was relevant enough for the times. But ever since then, they've always had a good mutual dynamic with one another. They've always respected one another, even when she gives them shit. I find that very amusing when she gives them shit. A female being Bond's boss. Oh, big fucking deal. I've never sit there and thought, oh, they're chopping Bond's balls. No. They've always had a great relationship, especially through the Brosnan era and into the Craig era, where they really kind of played it more of sort of like a mother type relationship, like with Skyfall. It was a great send off for her character, and she was kind of like the Bond girl of that film because it was like a celebration of her run to an extent with that film, and they gave her a great, honorable send off with that movie, and it worked great. No one complained. I loved her as M. I could say that she is the best M of that franchise. Didn't complain about it one bit. But to drastically change the actual character of Bond is absolutely stupid. And to sit there and try to sit and say to the audience, oh, that doesn't matter anymore. Get the F out of here with that nonsense. I don't want to hear it. And to think that, again, after all this time, you actually make me not want to go to the theater and support this movie. You bastards. I despise you for making me feel that way because that just sucks. Anyway, yeah, I'll just end it right there because that's pretty much all I need to say about it. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. It would be appreciated, but you have the free will to do whatever the hell you want to do. Like, I have the free will to sit there and say, I will likely not be seeing this movie in the theater because damn you for ruining one of my all-time favorite characters and franchises. You silly bastards. Is unnecessary and stupid. 70 years, he was still relevant. Doesn't need to be changed. I am Iron Raven, and I am out.